I come here a lot actually lately.
Yeah.
Jason is my sous chef, one of my best friends, and mental coach.
I like it.
Why don't you start telling everyone who are you?
I'll tell you.
That's a hard question though.
You know what though? I'll tell you who I am, but by what my favorite thing to do is. And so what I love to do, and what I guess my biggest passion lies around, is creating spaces for people, usually one-on-one spaces where we have almost like a bubble where people can kind of feel like they're not judged, where they can breathe, where they can be themselves, and really just feel almost like they're breathing, and they can be who they want to be, and then they can leave that conversation as if it didn't happen, however way they want to, and that's what it's all about. And so that's what I hope I'm putting out into the world, and yeah.
Yes, you are. I think you actually answered that pretty. You actually said that really well.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I think when did we meet? Max introduced us like 1.5 years ago or something.
Yeah, it's definitely been over a year.
Over a year. It's been a while.
A long time.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to chat about confidence today because I mean, you guys know I'm making like a confidence series about this, and I really think that even for my first video I asked you for advice on like how to kind of like structure it.
Yeah.
And recently I uploaded a video about like all anxiety and that I also deal with stress, and I really think it's always good to like have a point person or to just like ask for help. So I ask you for help.
I think it goes both ways.
Jason creates the safe space for me as well, and yeah, that's why we're gonna go for a little walk right now.
Talk it out. Yeah.
Talk it out. Let's go. Okay, we arrived at my favorite spot in the city.
It is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. It guys, it's a city. And I was just telling this that this is like one of my favorite spots in the city whenever I like get overwhelmed or stressed, or just when I want to like be chilled, feel like grateful here. Well, today's a very good day though.
Perfect day.
Perfect day. So Jason, what does confidence mean to you?
Confidence. Confidence to me is about having the belief that you can do whatever you set your mind to. I think it comes from building lots of experiences out in the real world, and really just kind of learning how to make mistakes, and just having the belief that you're going to make it through all of those experiences, that you can figure out where you want to go and that you're open to learning from them. Yeah. And I think that's what's so beautiful about confidence, is that we're not born with it. We're not.
No, do you think? No, we're not born with it.
No,
I
think it's something that we get from outside, and that we have to experience it, and we end up developing it. And once we develop it through experiences, then we can attach some meaning to that, and through that meaning, we are better able to deal with the world.
Yeah, and I also feel like now you're saying this, I was thinking it's not when you have confidence that you're never gonna be like insecure again, like, or that you once you have it that you will have it forever. Like
Totally.
It comes and goes. Like I feel years ago I was actually more confident than I was right now. You?
I have pockets of it. I think when I'm in a mode where I'm exploring the world, and I feel like I want to go for it, then I start getting out there and I start challenging myself, and I start putting myself in a little more uncomfortable situations. That's when I feel like I'm growing the most, where I'm at my best and I can just do anything.
Yeah.
And then when I get a little more insular and a little more in me, and I'm not putting myself out there, I start to kind of maybe hold on to the idea that I'm confident, but not actually flex that muscle.
Yeah, but it does kind of help a little bit sometimes if you even pretend you're confident.
For sure.
Like it works for, I don't know, like the energy you put out there to other people, then like immediately like you get that back. And like
absolutely. I see you as a person who's kind of not afraid to go out there, who's not afraid to try things, to make mistakes, and you kind of develop something around it. I think from an outside point of view that I look at you for, and I'm like, wow, like look at her just like going out and trying these things, and it's so powerful, and I think it's contagious.
Yeah, this was actually a saying from Pippi Longstocking.
Yes,
and
your favorite
said
cartoon.
Like, I love it. This is one of my favorites, and I think she was in front of like a situation where she had to jump from here to Manhattan, something like that, and the neighbor asked, "Can you do it?" And she was like, "Well, I've never done it, so I think I can do it." And I feel if you approach everything with such like a positive energy, and you're like saying yes to everything, that's where actually growth like comes from.
That's awesome.
I also remember that was during the profile session where you asked like, oh, did you, because obviously like the way you grew up like has a lot to do with like how confident you are later in life.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, and you asked me how I found school, and I think I said that I loved school because that was my spot where I was hanging out with my friends, and I was having so much fun. Like I didn't like learning, but I love to be around people and connect, and that's where, that was my daily social moments. And then I kind of realized that I was kind of fortunate because I've heard from like so many friends and people around me, like people have a lot, very
tough experiences in high school, middle school, for sure.
Middle school with like bullying, problems at home, and I was very lucky that I had like a lot of good friends around me. And I really noticed also our class, we had like a special program with like theater and like drama. So once a week, it was only like 45 minutes. We had this like little room and everyone could go crazy. We had to do these like crazy little scenes, and like it was kind of like improv, but like you could do whatever you want, and everyone was like running and screaming, and I feel that was literally like an outlet for people. And for some reason, even at the beginning of the year, some students didn't even want to talk in front of other people, and at the end they were like running around and being crazy. And you saw that also when they had to do presentations later, that they were able to do that.
So powerful. Just having that space to like explore yourself, explore everyone around you, feeling like a comfort in that environment.
To do that, yeah. I mean, that's also why we like doing the school project.
That is that actually that moment. I think when I first did the profile and I was interviewing you, like I think that is something that you said that just totally hit me. And that connected pieces for like your frame, like how you approach the world, how close you are with your friends from home, your patience and what you want to bring out and show other people in the environments that you create. And I think you wanting to help kids and create those environments for them inspired me to want to do the same thing and to jump into it and take all the things that I was learning and put into it as well.
Put them together,
And the truth is that I think you really shifted me, because I don't think I was ever thinking in that direction. I think I was a little ignorant towards it. I wasn't looking at our school systems. I wasn't looking into what's going on. I wasn't looking into how our children and our future was developing. And I think Did you appreciate it at school before? Like, if you think about it right now or like later or during that time? I had a good experience at school, but I also think I was very lucky. And I say that I think I was lucky because I played sports. I played a few sports, and I was kind of given a group by playing sports where like you're already part of something. And so being a little weird and out there, you know, which I think I was, I don't think it affected me as much because I always had that. And I always saw high school as a great experience. I think middle school was more of an adjustment period, but sports always helped me through it.
I would never say, oh, that's not a nice person in the beginning, because I always think like, oh, that person also has their own story, or like there's a reason why they behave like that.
Yeah.
But if I can't get through it and I don't get any feedback, then like I start to doubt myself, like, oh, did I do something wrong, or like
yeah.
that. But that's with people. That's like being confident around people.
Well, wanting the feedback is great. I would say on the flip side, sometimes I don't think I'd want the feedback. I'm afraid to get critical
because
of
it's too like confrontative.
Now I have to take the critique on myself, but that's so powerful. Even wanting to take responsibility for that, that's huge.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Maybe because it can also be like a mind, like you get like you can get crazy about it, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I just got like into modeling at the beginning, I was not aware of anything, so I was just like, oh, I'm here, you know, so much happening, is kind of a blur. But then at one point I started reflecting, and I was like thinking about all the feedback I got, and then it's just like, it's too much. Then I come here.
Let it process it, take it back down.
Take it back down, yeah.
Resettle.
Actually, I think that is a really good tip, and I haven't said that in the video yet, is to always show your limits. Like make them clear. If you need a little space or if you need a little break, that's something what I've learned a lot last year, that if I can't keep up with it, or if I don't want something, set your limits or boundaries to other people.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes in your head it's so logical that you set a certain boundary, and another person is not even aware of it.
Doesn't even know.
Easy
to get walked over.
Yeah.
Easy to walk over other people. And I think sometimes it can almost feel like communicating your boundaries can feel like a weakness, and it's not. I think it's a strength.
I think so too, because it's kind of scared to say about like, okay, yeah, what your boundaries are.
Yeah.
I think so.
You know, it's okay to find your lines. It's okay to find what you're comfortable, what you're not comfortable with, and communicate those things. It's so important, and it's so important for your mind, your well-being.
I was really distracted by that super cute friendship will walk by. Oh, okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching this like confidence walk. And I would love to hear if you guys want to see more of these kind of videos. And yeah, Jason, you want to say something?
Just go out there and make mistakes. Let's
Make
have
mistakes
some fun.
and be open.
Be open, learn from them.
Okay, bye bye guys.